G'day everyone, it's Brenton here with an IC automation demonstration and a sneak peek at Attune v5, which is currently in development. In this video, I'm going to provide a quick demonstration of developing an automated deployment of MySQL Server on Windows, including the prerequisite software required using Server Tribes Attune. Attune can automate scripts, commands, and processes exactly as they would be manually typed into a device. It creates shareable IP so that you can clone this Attune project from a GitHub repository and deploy it into your own instance of Attune. It's incredibly easy, and I'm going to walk you through Attune's new design, plan, and run methodology. Okay, let's get started. To deploy and set up MySQL Server, we need to automate the installation of Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable. You'll need to create an Attune project. If we go to the right, a drop down will appear where we can select Create, and we can type in the project name here. We're now in our new project. Before creating the blueprint, we're going to create some of the parameters we're going to need. If we navigate to Parameters, we can then select from here. We want a Windows node to connect to, and we need Windows credentials so that we can log into the machine. The details of the node or the login credentials at this point, as we're only creating the placeholders. Now we're ready to begin scripting our Attune blueprint. Go to Blueprints in the Design section and create your blueprint. Let's start creating the Attune steps for your automated procedure. For this blueprint, we're going to divide the steps into download installer, run installer, and cleanup installer. We also want to write these steps so that they're idempotent. We can run each step repeatedly without changing the result. To download the installer, we need a step to connect to the node as an administrator and run a PowerShell script. So we go to Add, select Execute Windows Script, name our step, configure the parameters, configure the interpreter, and write our script. It's best practice to declare your script variables so that the body of the script is reusable and any future updates to the variables are easy and quick to maintain. Before downloading the file, confirm that the software hasn't already been installed. This is just good practice. If the software isn't installed, download the file and ensure you're printing plenty of logs, as they'll be handy when running the job and reviewing the historical logs. Similar to the download step, the install step will also connect to the node as an administrator and run a PowerShell script that follows. Declare the variables. Check if the software has already been installed. Install the software, then confirm that the software was successfully installed. Finally, we'll create a step to clean up the installer files that were downloaded. And that's our blueprint design complete. It's really that simple. I've pushed this Attune project into GitHub so that you can clone it and contribute to improving it. I'll demonstrate setting up Attune to push your Attune projects into GitHub in a separate video. I'm going to show you how to clone the Deploy MySQL Server Attune project from GitHub. You can follow the exact same steps to clone the project we just created. On GitHub, find the GitHub project and copy the clone HTTPS link. Back in Attune, create a new project and check Clone Project. We can now go through the project we just cloned. To complete the deployment and setup of MySQL Server on Windows, we'll need to run through the following steps. Download MySQL no install zip archive. Extract the MySQL Server no install zip archive. Clean up the downloaded files. Update the system environment path variable. Reboot the machine. Create the MySQL Server options file. Initialize MySQL Server. Create and start the MySQL Windows service. Set the MySQL root password and start populating your databases and tables. Attune has a TCP ping step that will wait for the node to be active on a specific port before continuing the automated procedure which is being used in the blueprint. Parameters can also be referenced in scripts. In this script, a username and encrypted password is used. Encrypted passwords are hashed in the Attune logs. We're now ready to plan our jobs and configure the values. Let's create our node value. The Windows Administrator credentials. and the MySQL root user credentials. Now we can plug the values we just created into the parameters of the blueprints. Create and set the input to run the Install Microsoft Visual C++ Redistributable Blueprint on your node. Create and set the inputs to run the Install MySQL Server Blueprint on your node. Your jobs are now ready to run. Move to the Run section and you'll see your jobs. You can rapidly debug any step in the Run section. For the demonstration, I'm going to create an error to fix. I will run the individual step and review the error log. I'll fix the error and rerun the step to prove it's fixed. I can then continue the job from the next step. To verify the job is repeatable, I'm going to rerun the job and review the logs. Finally, run the job to deploy and set up MySQL Server. That's 2 automated procedures that you've just added to your collection. You can now rapidly run these jobs to additional nodes or perform disaster recovery in your environment. If you've got suggestions or improvements for the Attune automated process we've worked through in this video, please comment or submit a push request to the GitHub repository. Please reach out through our website if you'd like to get in touch, or download our community edition through our website if you'd like to get started on IT automation with Attune. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Have a great day and I hope to see you again soon.